Right, we got gravy. Today is the grilling, I guess we'd call it a grilling session. We're gonna be making 3 different barbecue sauces. I wanted to show you how we're gonna fire this up. You can use whatever charcoal you like. You can even use lump for this. I prefer Kingsford. I never get the self-lit, right? I always just get the original. We're gonna use this chimney to get our coals nice and hot. This will take probably about 20 minutes, and we'll be doing the barbecue sauce during that. This is real simple, right? You get these, I think I paid 15 bucks for this. They have them at Lowe's, I think they're 30, but you can find them online for cheap. So you're just gonna fill that thing up with the charcoal. That's good, that. All right, so now these are great starters. Never use lighter fluid, right? You don't want your food to taste like the gas. These are just tumbleweed grill starters, so these are great. I'm just going to use 2 of these things. I think these are like $6 maybe. So we're just going to put 2 of these on the base. Maybe set those there. So once you get those down there, set this here. I don't like these, right? Those should go pretty quick. All right, we're just going to set our charcoal right over it. That'll take about 20 minutes. That heat will rise and get these nice white hot, and we're gonna put them to one side. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna go start that barbecue sauce. Okay, so here we are. We are making these barbecue sauces. I kind of threw that out there, what you guys want to make. There was so many requests for 3 different ones, so we're gonna make 3 different ones. Peel it down. Now, if you want to use a fully prepared pineapple, you know, like the ones that are already cut up at the store, you can. That's totally fine. These are just going to, freshly cut is going to always just kind of taste better, be a little better. We're not even going to use this whole thing, so we'll probably use about that much. So we're going to take this core out. So I mean, we're literally just going to cut these edges off. Again, like I said, there's no reason to overthink it. That's it. I said that, I said that wasn't that ripe. That thing's super sweet.
That's pretty good.
That thing's delicious. Like, that's gonna get killed. So this is probably enough for the barbecue sauce that we're gonna make. You don't want to make an entire giant batch to where you got gallons of it left over. I mean, you may, but with how much that we're gonna make, I mean, we are doing a lot of chicken. You know, you just want to have enough to get coverage and kind of go from there. Again, as you can see, the form and your cutting, that doesn't really matter. This is going to cook down for about an hour. Everything's gonna get small, you know, just kind of make little dices, no big deal. And that's why I just told you, don't overthink it. Okay, so we got the pineapple in the pot there. We're gonna now move on to these strawberries. Also, these are all the deals that Jumbo's, they have these things on their Facebook. I don't know if you've seen it, they're called like flash deals. They honestly put up constantly so many great like specials. So I mean, these strawberries look gorgeous. We're going to make a strawberry barbecue sauce out of them. I'm just gonna show you how to cut up a couple of these, and you'll just, I mean, it's not even, show you, just take the stem off. And then again, just like the pineapple, don't overthink it. You just want some small pieces because they're gonna cook down and break down. You're not gonna mess it up. You could even pull the stems off and leave them whole, and as they cook down, just use a potato masher and mash them up. So we're gonna do that, and then with the blueberries, we're just gonna dump these into the pot, so we'll be right back and I'll just show you where we're at there. Okay, so we're gonna cut up this onion. We're gonna do probably about 1/4 for each one of the sauces. I got my fruit already kind of in these pots. As you can see, we got the pineapple, the strawberry, the blueberry. Now we're just gonna finish getting our vegetables and fruits in there. We're gonna get some of the Vidalia. We're gonna get some of this jalapeno kind of equally distributed in there. And then some of the garlic, and then we're gonna cook it down with the brown sugar and a little bit of warm water in each of those, right? We're gonna kind of let that cook down, start building almost like a jam, chutney, compote, whatever you want to call it, but that's going to be where we're at. So I'm gonna cut some of this up. You guys know how to cut up an onion. I'm gonna use 1/3 of these. I'll show you it before we go into the pot, but instead of wasting a bunch of time, we'll be back. Okay, so we got the Vidalia in 1/3. Again, so you can use purple onion on this. You can use white. You can use the yellow or the Vidalia. The Vidalia are kind of more smashed, a little sweeter. That's how I like it because I like to go with heavy spice and sweet, which we're gonna get from the fruits. I'm just gonna show you literally. You can't mess it up, right? Well, this is all gonna break down. So again, don't overthink it. Your shapes don't need to be perfect, right? This is all just going to cook down together. We want the flavor, because again, this is all gonna be strained. So I'm gonna do the same on these 2. Each one of these are gonna go in those pots, okay? Everyone overthinks things. Don't. Dive in and make it happen. Yeah. So now we're gonna get into this jalapeno. We're gonna put this basically into thirds, just like the onion. As you can see there, once you get it chopped up, add it to your pot, right? So you can make one of these or all three or two of these, however you want. Now with the jalapeno, because we are going to be cooking this fruit down, right, in a little bit of brown sugar, and fruit naturally has, you know, just its own sugar elements. We are going to go with spicy, right? I'm going to keep the seeds in. I'm going to use the thicker one of the three for the pineapple, just because pineapple and jalapenos are like super buddies. So yeah, we're going to get these just individually chopped up, and then we'll do one in each. And then again, like I said, I can't stress it enough. It's simplicity. Don't worry about it. You're not going to mess it up. Cut those three up, get them in your pots. We're going to do some brown sugar next, and then we're going to add some water. I'll come back when I'm adding the water. Okay, so now we're going to get in some garlic. Not just because I'm Sicilian and we use this stuff like, you know, Mentos. We're just going to be using this for our whole sauce. Now here's the thing. Remember when I said don't overthink it? Yeah, if you want to use peeled garlic, totally fine. You want to use minced garlic already, like in the, you know, from the store, also totally fine. I like to use the fresh. You don't even have to get these fully peeled. We're going to smash these. You know, you can just take this paper off. But then we're going to smash them. And I mean, look at some of these are, when they're that fresh, they're just coming out. Look at our big old cat right there. That's his actual name's Hershey. We call him Hershey.
Call my big old stink.
The big old stanky. He's getting acclimated to the new house. The other two, they're in love. They love it. Him, he's not super happy yet, but he'll get there. Okay, so we've got our base ready, right? We got our fruit, we got our jalapenos, our onions, our garlic. We are going to be adding some hot water to each of these, because we're going to, you can use cool water too. I just have a hot water tank, or our water cooler has a bunch of hot water in it. So we're going to just go ahead and add some of this to each one of these, because we're going to get this brown sugar in here, and we're going to let these start reducing while we prepare the chicken. So with the brown sugar, we're literally just going to add some, right? It's not that serious. We're going to be using a lot. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is, anytime someone's making like a pineapple or a peach brown sugar, as you can see, I'm going to do probably, I don't know, 2 tablespoons to start. Most people, when they're making like a fruit style barbecue sauce, the one thing I don't like, and this isn't, you know, nothing against other people, but the one thing I don't like is they'll make a barbecue sauce and then they'll just add a little bit of fruit to it, and then they'll call it like a peach barbecue sauce. We're gonna make the barbecue sauce start with the base of the fruit, and then we're gonna build the sauce around that fruit. I want you to taste it. I want it to pop. I want it to be like, oh my gosh, this is pineapple. And then all of a sudden that heat kind of creeps up on you, and you get that stickiness from all the caramelization. You can use molasses if you want. I don't use molasses. We're not going to use apple cider vinegar today. I'm going to show you just, this can be done thinking outside the box. Now, if we were doing competition, of course, I would be using, you know, my own homemade tomato paste and, you know, different type of bourbons and things like that. This is going to be phenomenal, still tastes great, but it's also going to be built around these fruits, okay? So we're going to get that chicken seasoned up. I'll show you that right now. All right, so we got our chicken ready. We got this from Jumbo's. We got the leg quarters. This is the chicken drum and thigh. They're still attached. That's what they mean when they call quarters. We're gonna keep the skin on, and then look at the size of these drums. These drums are beautiful. They are huge. Those drums are $3.50 for 5 pounds. At least that's the deal Jumbo's had. And then these 10-pound bag of the leg quarters was $5. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I bought 35 pounds. I thought it was 45, but I thought 35. Anyway, so as far as seasoning, a lot of white people get a bad rap for not seasoning their meat. Me, however, I'm Sicilian. We season our stuff. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to season these with. Also, remember, they're going to get barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce comes at the end. So we're going to heavily season these, mix it all up, and then get it on the grill. These are the seasonings I like to go with. If you want to use a pre-made, you know, barbecue rub for your seasoning, you can. I like to kind of just piece mine together. So I'm going to start with some ground ginger. Like I said, you're not going to mess this up. I'll even show you, because I'm going to take this top off and really just kind of chunk it in there. Yes, this is ground ginger, very aromatic. I'm actually also, if you've been watching my channel, you know I love this chicken bouillon. Yep, we're putting chicken bouillon on our chicken. Yes, because we have a lot of fat in there. Cayenne pepper, right? This is going to counterbalance the all the sweet that we have. Open your side, get it in there. You're not gonna do this wrong. Now with your heat, you can always add more, you can never take away, so be careful there. Some chili powder, right? Again, this is just how I like mine, you do you. This always comes out fantastic. Red pepper flake. And let's just pop this off. Now, a lot of these are gonna be in the barbecue sauce as well, so don't worry about that. You're gonna get these flavors anyway. Paprika, yes. I mean, heavily. Paprika is delicious. Everyone thinks it's a coloring agent. It's not. It is actually a smoked pepper, and it is phenomenal. There's our cat talking to us. So we're gonna mix this all up. You can season every piece individually if you want, or you can just do it like this. We're gonna get some garlic powder in there. There's a lot of chicken in there, guys. 15 pounds. Of course, some salt. And you'll be adjusting these seasonings as they grill. These will, for me, at the temperature I'm gonna run, these will probably take around 22 to 25 minutes. So, anyway, get it seasoned up with salt and pepper. We're gonna add a little bit of onion powder, and then we're gonna take it out to the grill. Okay, you can see the sauces there. We got a little bit of low heat on them. We are gonna just bring them down to a jam style, and then we're gonna build that barbecue sauce. Okay, I will see you outside. Okay, so we got our charcoal here full of, there's our chimney full of this charcoal. As you can see, it's nice and red hot. These things work amazing. We're gonna dump this towards the back. Got those nice and hot. We're gonna stack that there because we're gonna sear here and we're gonna just kind of cook there. All right, so we're going to get this chicken on. We're going to go skin side down first. And then we're probably just gonna, after we get a nice sear, we'll move these a little bit over to the other side. Let them get a nice even cook. We're gonna do some drums too, so we'll just kind of get these roaring. You're gonna wanna watch these. You're not gonna wanna step away for a little bit until we get a nice, good color on these things. And then it should be pretty maintenance free.
Hey guys, just want to take a second here and let you know about that barbecue sauce. They ended up being a little spicy, so we added another ½ cup of sugar to each batch. The great thing about the grilling method here of the charcoal on one side and then nothing on the other, that's called indirect cooking. Right now I'm directly over the coals. Then I was able to move that off the heat, still on the grill, while we tasted our barbecue sauce and kind of got that where we wanted. So this is the preferred method. This chicken comes out fantastic. This strawberry barbecue sauce was to die for. So, just want to give you that heads up.
As you can see, we got some nice color on these. We're just going to move those to this side because they're still going to cook. We're still going to get plenty of color. We'll just keep rotating them for a bit. We're going to get some fresh ones on there now. And we're going to load this thing up because once we get them where we want them, they're going to slow cook. So, just get yourself reloaded over in the corner. Start skin side down. You're going to get flare up. That skin's going to start rendering and that oil is going to turn to just straight gasoline. Okay, so we're going to take this simple potato masher and we're going to start mashing these down. I'm going to rinse them off after each one. I got Levi filming me right now. Dylan and Tristan went to get the dining room table. We're going to start with the blueberry first. I've got a plate to keep these things separate. I'm just going to gently mash down these blueberries and the garlic and the onions. As you can see, it is getting all nice and soft because we're going to start building this sauce. So I'm going to roughly do the same thing on each of them as far as the ketchup, mustard, brown sugar to start. Now these are already going to be sweet, so we're not going to use a crazy amount of brown sugar, but it is going to be important to taste these as we go. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to start adding the brown sugar. We're going to do about a ½ cup for each of these, and then start building with this ketchup. Okay, that's good there. All right, so we're going to do about 2 cups to start with the ketchup on each one. Okay, We're gonna go with about a cup of mustard, each one. All right, so next up we're gonna go hit it with some Worcestershire. We're gonna do probably 2 tablespoons. I'm probably gonna do a tablespoon of the cayenne. Next up is chili powder. We're gonna go with about a 1/2 tablespoon. Okay, same thing with the paprika, about a 1/2 tablespoon. Okay, yes, minced onion. It's great for barbecue sauce. Same thing, about a 1/2 tablespoon. Again, we're gonna be tasting these in a little bit and we'll adjust what we need to. I can't tell you how much I love ground ginger. A lot of times people are like, oh man, what is this? You know, kind of what's that flavor? Ground ginger is so aromatic and it goes with so many dishes. Not enough people use it. Fantastic with chicken, fantastic with pork. And this is gonna be about, I don't know, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. You won't do a 1/2 tablespoon of that. Okay, also we're gonna get a little red pepper flake. I'm just gonna pop the top off. We're gonna do about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of that. I do have a little bit of water in case we need it. It is hot. We are going to get in some fresh black pepper. Okay, so we're gonna stir these now and then we'll see if we need to add any water to them. Okay, here's the pineapple coming along great. The strawberry. These smell insane. Here's the blueberry. Everyone's money on the blueberry being going to be the absolute best, but we shall see. All right, I'm gonna go out there and get on the chicken. I will see you guys in a little bit.
Okay, I want to take a second quickly here to explain this. The barbecue sauces were a little spicy, so we added a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. That's why it's important to taste and adjust. This indirect heat allowed for our chicken to not overcook. It did take about 45 minutes because we were adjusting that barbecue sauce. So the indirect heat allowed us to pull it to the side and not overcook the chicken. Now, normally I would be basting this with barbecue sauce in the last 10 minutes. We decided to dip since we had 3 different sauces and try it that way. But everything I said is important.
They're juicy, they're gorgeous, good color. A lot of people would put barbecue on now. That's the wrong move. You want to make sure you're just about done. We got some nice clear juices. And then right before we're going to eat, we're going to baste them and then give them a little heat for about 10 minutes. On this side, as you can see, we're just stacking them up.
So you cook the barbecue afterwards?
Yes.
And why do you do that?
Because if you do it too early, it's just going to caramelize that brown sugar. And as it caramelizes that brown sugar, you'll get a darker kind of burn and your chicken will become bitter. So the mistake people make is they put their barbecue sauce on too early. And then that heat just starts caramelizing it. And you'll get good color, but you're drying out the outside. So your first like 1/4 inch of your chicken is just going to be dry. And as you can see, like this chicken right here that's exposed, I mean, that's just juice. That's how you want it.
All right.
All right, we'll be back. All right, we're gonna pull these off. I would normally put some barbecue sauce on and let them sit for about 10 minutes on the heat. But since we have 3 different sauces, I really don't want to just kind of nuke the grill that way. So we're just gonna put them on in there. These are still hot. These will be fine this way. See you in a minute. All right, so we are done grilling now. We're gonna try out these sauces. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse. We got some of their rolls. We got some handmade potato salad from the store. Anyway, we're gonna try out these sauces. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.